My name is Dipsha Badrecha. Today I'll be teaching you the subject maths and my topic is algebraic expression. So before starting with this topic, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Dipsha Badrecha. I am coming from Porbandar, Gujarat. I have completed my graduation in BSc Mathematics from MS University and currently I am pursuing my Masters in Applied Mathematics from MS University. So now let us start. So our topic name is algebraic expression. So what is expression first? So I want to differentiate these two terms, that is expressions and equations. So for that let us consider one example. 4x plus 3 equal to 9. So for any sum, if we have sign of equality, so we call it as equation, but if it does not contain equality sign, for example 4x plus 9, 9x square plus 9x square y plus 9, so these two are expressions and this thing is equation. Okay, so now coming to our topic, that is algebraic expressions. So it contains terms. Terms contains constant, variable, variable with coefficient. So first we need to know that what is terms, right? So I want to give you example that 9x square minus 7 plus 5. Okay, so now you already know that this is the expression as it does not contain equality sign. So how can we find terms? Here 9x square minus 7y plus 5. It is separated by sign minus and plus. Okay, so this is the first term 9x square, this is the second term and this is the third term. So and I'll be talking about these terms, that is constant, variable and variable with coefficient, in just a minute. These three are the definition of variables, constant and coefficient. Firstly, variable, it can take any value, that is not a fixed value. For example x, y, z, any alphabetic letter you can take, but the value of these letters is not fixed. For example x, y and z. For x we can take any value, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 as we needed. Next, constant. Constant is a fixed value. For example any numbers, that is 100, minus 17, 999. So I hope this variable and constant definition is clear to you. Now coefficient. Coefficient is a numerical factor of term. We have to consider only numerical factor, that is any numbers, right, in the term. So example here 12x square y plus 7y plus 1. So there are firstly three terms. 12x square y is the first term, 7y is the second term and 1 is the third term of this whole algebraic expression. So now first variable. Variable is x square y. So x and y is the variable of this term, y is the variable of this term, and here we don't have a variable. So what is the constant? Constant is a fixed value. So 1 is our constant value of this whole expressions. Now coefficient. So in this term numerical factor will be 12 because x and y is the algebraic factor, and the coefficient of this term 7y will be 7 because 7 is the numerical factor, and the 1 for 1 we don't have any variables that contains coefficient, so 1 is our constant term. The types of expressions. So firstly we have a monomial, secondly we have a binomial, and thirdly we have a trinomial. Let us start with the monomial. The expression which contain only one term. For example 100 and x square. In this both example there are only one terms, 100 and x square. Now binomial. Expression which contain only two terms, that is x square y plus 9 and a minus b. So in this example we have two terms, x square y is the first term and 9 is our second term. So this is the example of binomial. Secondly a minus b. A is our first term and minus b is our second term. So This expression contains two terms. That's why we call it as a binomial. Thirdly, we have a trinomial. The expression which contains only three terms, we call it as a trinomial. First, we have example x plus y plus z. So in this expression, we have a three terms, right? So 1, 2 and 3. Next, we have a 9x squared plus 7y plus 2. So it contains three terms. First term is the 9x squared, second term is the 7y, and the third term is 2. So this is all about types of expression. Monomial that contains one term, binomial that contains two terms, and trinomial that contains three terms. Now, terms can be divided into two types, that is like terms and unlike terms. Let us understand first like terms. Like terms is which contains same variable and with the same power. Let us understand with the example. So here we have a 9x and minus 2x. Firstly, we will check same variable. So here we have a x and here we also have a x. We will not consider a numerical coefficient. Here we only focus in a variable. Here we have a x and here we also have a x, and with the same power. This power of this x is 1 and here also is the 1. So this two terms is like terms. Next, the example is 2x square y and 9x square y. So here we have x and y as a variable, and here we also have a variable x and y. But here the power of x is 2 and here also power of x is 2. Here we have power of y is 1, and here also we have a power of y is 1. So these two are the like terms. Now unlike terms. Opposite of like term is unlike term, that is a different variable and different powers. Let us understand this with also example 7pq and 8p square q. Variable are same, that is pq and pq. But the power of p and q here is a 1. But power of p and q, power of p is here is a 2 and power of q is here 1. So these two are unlike terms. Next, 9x and 9y. X and y both are a different variable. So our first condition is does not satisfy. So these two not are like terms. And I want to add that we can only add and subtract like terms.